Hola mi gente! On this week's episode, we're making tacos, Kia. I think. We're making tacos, but not your regular Mexican tacos. These are gonna be some Asian street tacos, guys. Because I'm Asian. We got a lemongrass mojo. We got some guac sauce. And we're making the carnitas. So sit back and relax. Enjoy the show. Aloha mai kako, everyone, and welcome back to this week's episode of Foodxjitsu TV, where we're going to be bringing some food to your IG feed and now to our YouTube channel. I just wanted to say thank you so much for all your support last week, guys. I am truly amazed at how many of you guys like watching these videos, think they're funny. Also, guys, to show my appreciation, I have a little makana for you guys. Starting from now, guys, this will be the Foodxjitsu swear jar. Every time I say the F-bomb, the S-bomb, the C-bomb, the B-bomb, the F-U-B bomb, the XYZ bomb, I'll put $100 into this jar, and we'll see where it goes from there, guys. But on today's episode, we're making, guys, some tacos. But they're not going to be Mexican tacos. Like I said, they're going to be Asian tacos. So today's tacos will be a lemongrass chimichurri carnitas. So let's get started, guys. We're going to start off by making the chimichurri. So we're going to take our handy dandy blender here, and we're going to take our ingredients. Today we're going to start off with lemongrass, 2 jalapenos, onion, cilantro, garlic, and some green onions. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to want to char your jalapenos. So all I did here, I took my jalapenos and I cut them in half. And then I de-seeded them by taking a slotted spoon or a regular spoon, running it down the center. You want to take out that vein. That's where you got all your capsaicin. Those of you who don't know, capsaicin is the reason why peppers are hot. We're going to take our nice little blowtorch here. As we're just taking the blowtorch here, and we're running it over the skin of the jalapenos that we seeded. But our goal here is just to get a little flavor on here. The char will add some... kind of reduce that heat on here, but also add a nice little smoky flavor. So our next step, guys, is we're going to take all our meats here. We're just going to pop it into our blender. Lemongrass, about 2 stalks, 3 stalks, just the bottoms. About 14 cloves of garlic, 1 bunch of cilantro, half an onion, and then some green onions right here on top here, guys. So look, we're just packing it all into our nice little blender here. Okay, guys, and next we're going to grab our wet ingredients. So today we're going to need some oil and some of my favorite patis. This is going to add some of that saltiness to this. Also break down a lot of this vegetables that we have in here, but we're putting about half a cup of patis in here. For those of you who know, patis is fish sauce. Check it out. Next up, we're going to add our oil. Putting about 2 cups of oil into this mixture here. Should be enough. Then we're just going to blend.
Make sure that everything is just mixing like you know.
And then we're going to add some rice wine vinegar and lime juice into here as well. And then blend it again, guys. So as the chimichurri here is mixing, we're going to use this for our marinade, and we're going to use it for our sauce, and we're also going to cook with it. So this chimichurri batch will be enough for everything here. So that looks good, guys. We're just going to take a quick little taste here. That's good. So next we're going to work on our pork. So after about 5-10 minutes, we're going to just take our jalapenos here. We're going to drop them straight into our chimichurri. And then we're going to blend them up here as well. Okay, guys, so right now we're going to build our mojo. And what the Mojo is one, I can use it as my marinade. I can use it as my braising liquid. The Mojo I use to finish off the carnitas and kind of like deglaze the pan with it after you get it nice and crispy. But we're going to take our chimichurri mixture that we just made. Put that all in here. We're going to take some fresh squeezed orange juice. Some house-made chili pepper water. And then I like to add a little bit more heat, so I add some sriracha into there. We're going to grab a whisk and mix everything up here. And that'll be your Mojo. Your Mojo should be very watery, liquidy, like that, and runny. But like I said, I use this to deglaze the pan. I marinate with it. I can braise with it as well. Enjoy. So as that's going, we're going to take our pork shoulder here. I opted to get a boneless pork shoulder this evening. But we're just going to take it here and we're going to lay it open with the skin side up, so you're going to see the fat cap on the top. I took the liberty of doing some scoring over here. And then we're also going to take this shoulder here. This one is going to be whole, so we're going to just see the two difference in cooking. So the chimichurri here is done, and we're going to pour it on top of our pork, and this is going to be our marinade and our cooking. Okay, so we just pour about 1/4 of that liquid onto here, and we're going to get our hands in here and massage it in, guys. So we're coating this meat with this chimi, lemongrass, garlic. You can smell all these aromatics on here, and these flavors are very Asian-esque in style, but you know, this cooking method is going to be carnitas, guys, and carnitas is my favorite taco topping next to tripas and lengua. But in college, I remember going to a taqueria right by our dorms after getting drunk on Four Locos. But yeah, we would go and get some carnitas, and it was just so delicious after being intoxicated at night. But we're gonna let this sit in the... So after we're done massaging this, we're gonna pop it into the reefer for about half an hour. Let all the flavors kind of seep into the meat there. And then we're gonna come back and check on it in half an hour, guys. So while your pork is in the reefer, I'm gonna preheat my oven to 420 degrees. 420, and we're gonna drop it down to 400 later. So as our pork is marinating in the refrigerator, our oven is preheating behind us. We're gonna make a little sauce for this taco. Today we got some beautiful avocados. Went to the farmer's market and we found them. So we're gonna take 2 avocados. We're gonna cut them in half, and then we're gonna just scoop out the insides back into our blender. I emptied out all of that chimichurri mixture. But the chimichurri is actually going to go back in here with this guacamole that we're making. So it's okay that that there's some in the blender. So again, guys, to take out your seed, you're going to hit the avocado seed with this back heel of your knife here. Just a nice little love tap. Then you're going to twist, pinch, and pop. That's all it is. No cuts, no slices. All my fingers are still intact. So once we got our avocado in here, we're going to add the last of our jalapenos that we charred earlier, straight into the blender. We're going to add roughly 1/4 of a cup to start of our chimichurri mixture. And then we're just going to quickly pulse this with the blender. Last ingredient that we're going to add to there is going to take a lemon. Usually I'll use lime. Today we're on a budget, guys. We don't have any limes today. So we're just going to use this lemon here. And we just want to squeeze the lemon juice into here. There's not that many seeds today. So we're squeezing the juice of 1 lemon into our mixture. The lemon will also help for the avocado to not brown. But there's also the vinegar and the chimichurri, so there's a lot of acid in this dish already. Another secret ingredient is I'm putting in midden, guys, just to cut some of that acid back. The midden is very sweet, rice wine vinegar. So all these flavors will be flavors. Hey guys, so here's a little friendly tip. When I store things, I like to label it with the contents of the container. We got some pints and quart containers here today. And then the put-in date, and then the toss date. This date should be roughly 6 to 7 days later. So next, guys, we're gonna take our pork, and we're just gonna dump a bunch of green onion ends, onion butts, scrap onions from making all this mise. We're gonna dump it straight into our roasting pan here. We're kind of gonna form a bed. So guys, we're going to take our meat that has been marinating for half an hour in our reefer. We're going to add some onion bottoms, which are the backs of the onions. Sometimes we save the outsides too. We use it for stocks or when we roast things. So we're just making a nice little bed. We're going to take a bunch of cilantro bottoms as well. Got some basil and lemongrass tops too. So we're just going to make a little bed for our pork shoulder. We're then going to roll up the corners. So I'm using a pan that I lined with the foil first. Then I'm going to take another piece of foil. We're going to cover it, and then we're going to crimp all the edges, kind of make a nice little seal on our pan here. The first layer of foil will really help with the cleanup later. Because we're roasting it at about 400 for 5 hours, it's going to definitely caramelize on the pan, and cleaning that up is going to be really difficult if we didn't line it with the foil. Just a little tip for you guys here. Okay guys, so after we got it nice and crimped here, we're going to throw it into our oven at 400 degrees for 5 hours. Let it do its thing. It's going to cook down. All that mojo is going to just kind of soak into the meat. All that fat's going to mix up. And then we're going to check on it later. So see you guys soon. So while our meat's in the oven, we're just going to recap on what we did earlier. We made our lemongrass chimichurri, which was our marinade and our cooking liquid for our pork shoulder for tonight's carnitas. We then took that chimichurri, we made an avocado guacamole. Like I said, it's not like your typical guacamole. It should be a little bit more runny, a little bit more liquidy, a lot more vinegary. But these aren't your regular Mexican tacos, guys. These are your Asian tacos today. So we're doing your traditional onion and cilantro. We took about 4 round onions, 1 whole bunch of cilantro, nice little mince on there. We're gonna use that for our garnish later. And don't forget, I like corn tortillas. Mission brand corn tortillas. They got these street ones that are really good. They also got these flour ones if you guys like flour. So check out your tortillas, guys. Okay guys, so after 4 hours at 400 degrees, we're gonna pull out the pork. So we're going to transfer the pork shoulder to rest outside of this pan. Look at that, it's falling apart beautifully. Look at that. So we're just going to start breaking this apart here as we transfer it to our bowl. And we're going to save this oil in the pan with all the extra mojo in here. I wish you guys could smell this. Got all that mojo that's caramelized with the pork fat. It's just making a really nice pork. So after the 4 hours at 400 degrees, we're pulling the pork shoulders out, putting it into the bowl, letting it rest in the bowl. So once we shred and debone our pork shoulder, we just add a little bit more of the Mojo over it, keep everything nice and moist, and then that's it. The next step is to serve. Barbecue. Okay guys, so we got all our ingredients ready. Let's start assembling some tacos. We're gonna take 4 corn tortillas and throw it straight onto our grill. While we got that warming up, we're gonna take roughly 2 servings worth of this carnitas and let it sizzle on the grill right next to our tortillas. So once we get our tortillas nice and warm here, we're just gonna take our carnitas meat, put it dead center right there. Gonna get our serving plate. Drop 2 carnitas tacos right there. Then we're gonna take our guac sauce right there and finish it off with cilantro and onion. And there you have it, guys. 2 carnitas tacos. Enjoy. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bang that subscribe button and give me those thumbs up. See, I told you guys I can make it through a whole episode without swearing. So until next time, I'll see you fuckers later.